3 drills to improve as a winger if you're alone. Let's go. Today I'll go through 3 sets of drills that you can do if you're a winger but only have the chance to train alone. We'll focus on one-on-one, crossing and movement off the ball to work on some of the basics that you can then take into a proper training session with your teammates. Now let's start off improving you in one-on-one situations, because wingers typically tend to get in a lot of direct duels with the defenders, and as the good winger you are, you want to beat them. Put them on the floor, sitting down, paying respects. Now, typically I would say that if I come up against only one defender, I try to take them on, I try to beat them. But if they have backup from 2 or 3 teammates, well, I tend to look for the pass instead, because otherwise it's just mission impossible. Now anyways, here you can train 2 scenarios. One on the other side of the box where you cut inside and try and get a shot away, and this one where you take on the defender, go towards the goal line to whip in across. Now what's important is that you make these drills match-like to really get that muscle memory. So here, for instance, you can come down and, receive the ball, and then you start taking some touches towards the defender. Now, when you face the defender and you want to take them on, it will make things a little bit easier for you if you actually go at them at a solid speed, because that puts them on the back foot. They need to go backwards, and that gives you the advantage and the momentum. Now then, when you get close to them, you can throw a little step over or body feint, and then guys, you change your pace. Because often, you only need 1 meter or 2 meters to whip in across or get in a shot. So, take them on, shake them off, put them down on the floor, and then do your thing. So remember, solid speed and change your pace. Now another great thing to work on is your crosses. And I do realize that it can be a little bit difficult to work on your crosses and improve them when you've got no one to cross to, because after all, you're alone and stuff, right? With that said, this drill is pretty useful after all, because you can improve your accuracy putting dangerous balls into the box, and also improve your ability to put those dangerous balls into the box while you're running at speed in different scenarios. So when you're in the match, your brain has kind of gotten used to putting those balls on a play for your teammates, even though you're running at speed. Now, what you do here is that you put 2 goals in the box. You have a big goal in the middle and a smaller goal near the front post. That means you can put in different types of crosses. Then again, you have a defender that you want to beat. Let's call him Jeff. And you can either do that like we did before, body feint, or if you have something to bounce the ball off, do a 1-2 and then get into a crossing position. Now here you need to decide whether you want to whip in a curved cross or take another touch, go towards the goal line and whip in one of those dangerous low-driven crosses that your teammates can just get on the end of and score the goal. But what's important here is that you do it at match speed. Of course, you need to look up, see where your teammates are, and if they're even in position. Also, you want to decide what type of cross to do. Just promise me you do it at speed, so when you're in the match, you don't have to think, you just do it. Now, another thing I like to train is my off-the-ball movement, which I realize sounds a little bit silly on paper because, again, you're alone, and it usually makes more sense to actually do it with your teammates playing the ball. But here's the deal. These training drills are for you to get these movements wired into your muscle memory, so when you're playing with your teammates, your brain just takes over. You don't have to think about it. Now, making these little off-the-ball movements, as a winger, you can either practice coming down to receive the ball, get it, take on the defender, or to make a dangerous diagonal run into the box, hopefully get on the end of the cross. And both these types of off-the-ball movements rely heavily on these little pre-runs. So what you want to do here is that you want to run towards the goal line, get the defender off balance, and then you quickly shift. You run down, you receive the ball, and then you can start taking on the defender or pass the ball back depending on the situation. Now, in case your teammate has the ball on the other side of the pitch, you can then do another little fake run towards the goal line or the sideline, and then you quickly shift when you have the defender off balance, and you run towards the goal diagonally into the box to hopefully get that cross served on a silver platter if your teammates see you, and then you score. So I realize it's a little bit tricky to do alone, but off the ball movement as a winger is important, so you need to train. Up. So there you have them, my friends. 3 drills that you can do alone if you want to improve as a winger. And I know these are kind of the basics, but it's a really good thing to do if you want that muscle memory and want to act on instinct when you train and play matches. This will kind of lay that foundation. But guys, what should we teach you next? Let us know in the comment section right down below, and then go cop your fresh new boots from unisportstore.com via the link right over there. Now, of course, also don't forget to go subscribe to the channel with the notifications on, and then maybe go hit that playlist if you want to improve even further as a football player. And with those words, I'll be signing off. A cheerio.